This is Crazy G once again with WSUR in New England Concert Reviews, and I am sitting here, and it is my pleasure and honor with Mr. Piggy D from Rob Zombie.
Nice to meet you.
What's happening,
Thanks
man?
for having me. You know, just dealing with a little Boston summertime weather.
Well, I gotta say, welcome to the G Spot.
Thanks.
That's my show name.
It's not the first time I've heard that. How many people say that?
Not too many.
Okay.
So thanks for giving us the time. You know, how has the tour been so far?
It's been great, man. It's been really, really great. This festival is so well put together and so well organized, and everybody is so nice that it just makes the day so pleasant. You know, a lot of times you get on package festivals or package shows like this where you have all these crazy bands together and it's just complete chaos. And this has been the smoothest tour we've done, you know. So
that's cool.
It's great, yeah.
Awesome. Where do I begin? Venomous Rat Regeneration Vendor.
Yeah, you got it right. Gold star.
It's paramount to say the least. Can you tell us about the creation process on it?
Oh my God. You know, we were on tour with Megadeth last May, and Rob was like, hey, I think we're going to do a record. And by the end of July, it was done. It's the fastest record that we've done since I've been in the band. And then, you know, part of that had to do with doing it on the East Coast, out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, not doing it in LA. That sped up the process. He was able to work around the clock, and he was able to also get really creative with like the song structures and the sounds, the guitar tones, the drum sounds. There's a lot of electronic influence in there. And I think getting out of the box of the way you normally do things sometimes just kicks you in the ass, and you come out inspired.
And I noticed that about this CD. It was like he's done so much, and this CD is like really, really different, and it's groovy and it's funky and it's heavy and it's hard, and it's like everything wrapped into one. That's so cool about music. First track on the CD is Teenage Nosferatu Pussy. Can you tell us the idea behind this?
We just wanted a new opening song, man.
That's it?
You'd have to ask Dude about that. I don't know what's going on there. No, I think, you know, he draws his influence from so many different things, you know, and you never really know what's going on in his brain until you sit down and try to read the lyrics and decipher it for yourself what's going on. King Gang Gong's another song in the record. The lyrics are insane.
Yeah, they are.
We're playing that one now, actually, in the set. And if you know the lyrics, if you're in on the joke a little bit, the audience really enjoys it, because they're like, you can't not smile if you know the lyrics to that song. It's insane.
It's a great song. I listened to the whole CD, and I gotta say, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was floored. I really was. Dead City Radio, which I believe was the first release on this CD, is funky with metal sprinkled all over it. It's a very cool tune. What was the collaboration process like on this particular song?
You know, that was one that just kind of went through the filters. Like the tempo changed, the arrangements changed. And one thing about this record, like I mentioned earlier, is that there was a lot of attention paid to arranging the songs. The one thing he knew that he said to us that he wanted to do was make a very atypical record. He didn't want to go verse, chorus, guitar solo, chorus, and he wanted to mess with the flow of the songs and give them a little more character, a little more uniqueness, you know what I mean? And that song, I think, is a perfect example of all of that.
Yeah, well, all of it's very unique. Again, it's very, I don't want to use the word catchy, but you get in.
It is
get
catchy,
into
yeah.
it. Rob, what was the objective behind Revelation Revolution?
That song to me, and again I'm just speaking from a personal standpoint here, almost has a classic rock feel to it a little bit, with a modern production. I love that song. It sounds like something you'd hear at a football game or something. You know what I mean?
I actually, when I first heard it, as I said, I love the whole CD. But when I heard that song, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It was really I got that old rock, heavy rock feel to it.
It's a very arena rock song.
Yeah. Rob is obviously a take charge guy. What was it like in the studio recording the CD with them?
You know, in the last record we did on Hillbilly 2, everybody was in the studio all day, every day. And most of that record was actually tracked live. You know, John and Tommy and I would just learn the parts, learn the song, and then just record a bunch of takes, take the best one, and finish it. This song was done a little more. This record was done a little more segmented. I think John was in the studio part of the time I was recording my bass tracks or overdubbing my bass tracks, but he wasn't there the whole time, and nobody really was. Like, I wasn't there when Ginger played his drum parts. We kind of let everybody do their thing, and I think that changed the sound of the record too. You know, to me it sounds less contrived. It doesn't normally sound like that, but I think every little different thing that we did changed the sound of it. That's another one of those things.
And it worked. It worked on everything.
I think so.
On this CD. I gotta say, the lineup of Rob Zombie is and always has been in my mind the perfect combination of musical artists. It's like you guys belong together. What has it been like working with Rob, John 5, and Ginger?
It's been 7 years for me. I think Ginger's on like year 2 now. And it's easy, man. You know, we all got to know each other. You know, John and Rob and I have gotten to know each other the last 7 or 8 years. And I was just telling somebody else, there's a million guys that could play these songs. You know, we're not Dream Theater. You know, we didn't go to Berkeley. Maybe John did. I don't know. But you know, there's a lot of dudes that can play these songs, but you don't necessarily want to hang out with all those dudes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 6 weeks, 4 times a year. It's a lot of time. Band relationships are unlike any other relationship anyone can have. Everyone says, "Oh, it's like a marriage. It's like a marriage." It's like a marriage that makes business decisions. It makes artistic decisions. And it's a weird thing, man. It's a weird thing to stick a bunch of humans together and do this shit. You know what I mean? So finding the combination of, we're all from similar yet very different backgrounds, but we all love the same stuff. We can all watch and laugh at the same movies and tell the same jokes over and over and enjoy each other's company. And that's a really rare thing.
Yeah, and it works very well for you guys.
And I think it translates well to the stage.
It does. It does. And in the music.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. It's solid, it's tight, it's cohesive.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, definitely. You not only have had a solo career, but you've been asked to collaborate with some very impressive names in the music industry. How do you feel it's helped you as an artist?
It's nice to get out of your own skin sometimes, and you know, I know what I like to hear. I know what kind of songs move me or what kind of art moves me, but I like getting out of that box, and I like, you know, working with Alice Cooper was an example of that. Like, you know, I've done art for him, I've made clothes for him, I've directed videos for him, I've written songs with him. We wrote a whole record together a few years ago that has yet to come out, and it's nice to like go to familiar territory. Alice Cooper is something I know very well. I know Alice Cooper's career probably better than anybody's. And then, you know, working with someone like Lita Ford, who I knew and I was a fan, but I didn't know everything about her.
Right.
You know, and then doing some art for her and helping kind of redesign her world a little bit was a lot of fun. So like, it's nice. It's nice to flex those muscles every now and then.
That's very cool. Just a couple more questions. I know you're very busy. I don't want to keep you. What are some of your musical influences?
I listen to everything.
Everything and anything.
I'm that guy. Growing up, I loved, you know, I had an older brother who was into Kiss and Van Halen, and my parents were into gospel and country. My mom was into show tunes. So I grew up with, you know, Destroyer, a live Johnny Cash record, and like My Fair Lady.
Oh, wow.
And Fiddler on the Roof. And I love that stuff. And so now that I've gotten older, I still
it could be out there. You never know.
Yeah.
How much influence did Rob have in the development of Piggy D? I know you were pretty developed, but once you got on board with him, how much more did it give to Piggy D?
You know what he gave me? You know what the best thing that he gave me? He gave me freedom to expand my. You know, we're the same people on stage. I think we're just, instead of being on 6 or 7 like I am now, I'm on 12. He gives me the freedom to do that, and he allows me to explore my hate the word persona, but I can't think of
Your
another word.
inner being.
My inner bat demon guy who plays an inverted cross bass. Like, you know what I mean? He gives me the freedom to be that dude.
Right.
And that's the best thing he could have given me.
That's cool. That's really cool. You maintain a successful solo career, but is it safe to assume that your home is now with Rob Zombie?
Of course.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Because, as I said, you guys together are just, you're like Zeppelin when I grew up. You guys are now the super group, as far as I'm concerned, with a very well cohesive unit. You know what I mean? You hear with a lot of bands, a lot of inner bull going on. I never hear that with you guys, ever. You know? And that's why you're so successful, and that's why you make such great music.
No, dude, that's so cool.
You know?
Thank you so much.
It really is. One last question, I'll let you go. I know you'll be touring for a bit and promoting up the new CD. What else is on the horizon for Piggy D and Rob Zombie to conquer?
We're going to go to South America. We're going to do Rock in Rio down there, which we haven't done together as a group. Rob's got his haunted house thing coming up in the fall out in California. 2 weeks of just haunted houses and craziness, and the band lineup is insane. There's bands every night. We're going to do a night there, and we'll go around the world next year at least once. Go back to Australia maybe, UK, Europe, Japan, you know, try to hit everywhere we possibly can next year.
Awesome. Hey, listen, I want to thank you. I want to thank the time you gave to us, WSUR and New England Concert Reviews. I wish you, the band, best of luck. Have a great show tonight, and I can't wait for even newer stuff to come out.
Oh, yeah, me too.
All right?
I'm ready.
All
Thanks,
right,
man.
peace, man.
Thanks, man.